Well, this is a lady that went to a sleepover and she ended up mysteriously deceased in the front yard face down. There was no coverage. It really never made the news. And it's just a bunch of bullcrap behind this case. I'm trying to see if I can pin the link.
Yeah, that sounds weird overall. Why would she be in a sleepover in a front yard? I mean, especially dead.
I'm gonna play this 911 call, and I want you guys to listen to it really well.
I got you.
The address.
4450 Woodland Court.
4450 Woodland Lake.
Can you guys hear that?
Woodland, okay. All right, 4450 Woodland Court. What is your
Hey,
name?
Ms. D, how you doing?
My name is John Myers, Jeanne.
Okay, and your phone number is 609.
Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
We had people over last night. We were drinking. Most of us went to bed. One of them
Can you all hear that?
stayed on the balcony.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
drinking,
Mostly, but I
and
hear
we
it.
just went outside, and she's laying face down in the backyard. It looks like I'm guessing maybe she fell off the balcony, but she's stiff.
Okay, is she breathing?
I don't know if she's face down.
Okay, how old is she?
41. Here, hold on.
Hey, this is Jose Barrera.
Hey, have y'all checked to see if she's breathing?
She's not moving one bit. She's not breathing. I just try to assess her, touch her. She's completely face down in the yard. She is stiff.
Okay. Do you know if she, do you see any blood or anything where she, I'm calling drops. Are you there?
I am.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was outside.
It's okay. I'm not sure what happened to the line there for a second. Do you see any blood or anything to where,
Everyone.
from where she fell?
I don't know if I should move her over. I mean, she's completely face down.
Okay. Can you just check and see if she's breathing? If she's not breathing and you know she's gone, sleep her where she's at. If she, okay.
1 minute.
I'm just trying to figure out why did it go silent.
And what is her name?
I know her name. Call her Pam. I'm assuming that's short.
Exactly,
For
Ty. They don't
Tamla.
sound concerned. They don't sound distraught.
She there with anyone else?
Yeah, they seem pretty nonchalant.
Like very nonchalant about the call. But y'all don't notice how
Name
they're
is
trying to
Pam
fake like they kind of
Horsford,
concerned but not really concerned. They keep hesitating.
H-O-R-D, so black female.
Too much pausing.
Yeah, too much pausing.
I don't believe anybody was. My girlfriend has cameras here on the back deck that we can check
Okay.
that I think would have caught the incident if she fell from here. again,
Hey, Rayshawn.
I don't know. It's hard to say if she fell from
Mind
the deck.
you guys, this
Because
guy
she
that's
was already
speaking
downstairs. She
is one of the
was
boyfriends
only
to one of the ladies.
smoker here, and I'm sorry.
No, she allegedly found over the balcony, but this balcony was not high enough for her to fall and kill herself.
Okay, I'm so sorry about that. So you think she's possibly out for smoking?
Yeah, she was the only smoker, and I'm on the back deck right now, and cigarettes, lighter, that type of thing are out here.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see where on the list came from.
Okay. All right. Are all the people that were there last night, are they still at your house?
That should have been a simple yes or no.
Okay.
Exactly, Taya.
Okay, there are four people that were here last night that are no longer here.
Okay. And they just left this morning, or they leave last night?
Do you know roughly what time each of them left? Like, they completely on a footing.
Chatia is the way they talking. They talk. It's like they talking low. Exactly.
We can
It's
check.
like they talking low on purpose.
An alarm system that gives alerts when the doors are open on their phone.
Okay.
But I think the last time that I personally saw Pam was probably about 1 in the morning before I'd gone upstairs to bed.
Okay.
And at that point, she was the only one in the kitchen. I know.
Okay. Let me see where everybody is. I have one
Exactly.
deputy.
Hey, Moody, how you doing?
So I'll stay on the phone with you just for a minute. Is this going to be around back? Is that the way he needs to go?
Right. So when he pulls up to the residence, there will be one car in the street, four in the
And does he need to come and go through the house, or does he need to walk around the back?
They can go around
over here,
to the side. I'm going to grab my shoes.
Exactly. Once you supposed to be over here with me on the actual live.
No, it'll be easier for them because
You'll be all right.
she's laying in the yard.
You'll be all right.
Down, basically on the.
Now I'm gonna ping them over here on purpose. Because I couldn't. I went to ping jail, so I couldn't ping them.
Okay. All right, I have one that should be pulling up.
What you say, Deja?
That's it. You're one lion.
And outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll let you go then.
All
right, you're welcome. Bye.
And you too.
Now, I'm going to show you guys. Hey, Laquita. I'm going to show you guys another video. That was the 911 call. Now, is it just me, or they sound very fucking chalant on that video? As if they really didn't care what happened to her.
It for surely didn't sound like she was around friends.
Hey, Dorothy. It's like, okay, first off.
of Tamla Horsford, who was found dead in the backyard of a Forsyth County home in 2018. The sheriff's office has now asked the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to take another look at her case.
Now, Cheryl, this comes just days after Horsford's family attorney claimed there was a strong possibility that someone killed her. Investigators say Horsford died while she was at an overnight party. Everyone at that home was interviewed, and investigators came to the conclusion that she had likely fallen from the deck of the home. Toxicology reports showed her blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit that night, but the case was met with a lot of speculation online. In a recent letter to her husband, the family attorney made serious accusations about the way Forsyth County investigators handled her case. He says that he believes someone handled her body as well as evidence before law enforcement arrived. He also claims that witnesses gave conflicting statements and that no pictures were taken during
TV
her
first
autopsy.
off.
The attorney also says he believes Horsford was involved in a struggle at some point. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says it will help this investigation in any way possible to make sure no stone is left unturned. You can read the entire letter from the family attorney and see the timeline of her case on 11alive.com.
Now, about that. It's just something ain't in the water. That's something in the water that just ain't clean, y'all. Again, y'all notice they never said when the help was going to arrive.
Because they called off the EMTs and fire rescue and ambulance. That ambulance and fire rescue people never got to the scene of the crime because Michael Christensen, the arriving first officer on the scene, told them not to come.
And let's talk about who Michael is. Michael is the husband to one of the females at that party. Not to mention, again, if this was an all-woman sleepover, y'all, what was their boyfriends doing there?
Only 3 out of all these women's boyfriends was there. So why was only 3 people there?
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, again, pay attention to the 911 call, y'all. The way they made it seem. Hold on, I got one more video that I want to show y'all guys because I actually have footage of her. Give me a second here. I actually have footage of her. At the party. Let me make sure this is the right one.
Doug Rainwater, the Public Information Officer of the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. And today we have Major Joe Perkins. He is the commander of the Law Enforcement Bureau.
Exactly. They definitely killed him.
Criminal investigation.
I'm just trying to make sure I got the right video.
Horseford.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Of Cumming, Georgia. Ms. Horsford had been at the residence for an overnight party. Detectives from the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit, Crime Scene Investigation Unit, and an investigator from the Forsyth County Coroner's Office responded to the scene. After an initial crime scene investigation, the deceased was transported by the coroner's office to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Medical Examiner's Office for an autopsy. Major crimes detectives began a death investigation immediately following the discovery. Detectives reviewed the 911 call, interviewed all witnesses present on multiple occasions, conducted a neighborhood canvass, and interviewed certain family and friends during this investigation. Detectives were able to corroborate certain statements and view entry and exit logs from a home security system present at the residence. While the injuries sustained by Ms. Horsford appear likely to have been received in a fall, detectives awaited results
I'm on other stuff right now.
from both
Just trying to get what I need.
toxicology and the medical examiner's report to verify their findings. On February 6, 2019, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office received the final medical examiner's report regarding Ms. Horsford. The state of Georgia medical examiner has ruled the death accidental and consistent with a fall. Detectives have spent the following weeks reviewing the medical findings with those found at the scene by the Major Crimes Unit and the Crime Scene Investigative Unit.
Moody Mac, this is the lady named
No
Tamla
evidence or
Horsford.
injury
This is the
pattern
lady that went to a
indicative of
sleepover
an assault or foul play
and
were
ended up dead
noted by the Forsyth County Sheriff's
and
detectives
backyard
or the
face down.
Forsyth County Coroner's Office or the GBI medical examiner report. During the course of this investigation, detectives have conducted approximately 30 interviews and spent well over
And by the way,
300
this took place
man-hours
in
conducting
Measy. This was
this
in
investigation.
Atlanta, right? Or was it in Alabama?
With the findings of an accidental death
If
resulting
I'm not
from a
mistaken,
fall
y'all. It's in
is recorded by the GBI medical
Forsyth, Georgia.
examiner's office, along with the extensive findings from the investigation of the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office has closed this death investigation.
Yes, Moody Mac, that's her.
Again, the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office would like to extend our deepest sympathy and condolences to the friends and the family of Ms. Horsford during this tragic loss. Thank you.
And the major is prepared to answer a few questions. So does anyone have a question to follow up on the prepared County Sheriff's Office?
Major, can you speak to why the initial death certificate listed the cause of death as being accidental before the final autopsy had been completed? Is that common practice for them to put that in a death certificate?
You would have to ask for the for that information from the coroner's office, but to the best of my knowledge, the medical examiner's findings were in when the death certificate was issued.
Was there any evidence at all of extraneous marks to her body outside of what would be consistent with a fall?
No, all the injuries that were noted by the detectives and by the GBI medical examiner's office, as well as the coroner's office, were all indicative and consistent with a fall.
Can you speak to the time lapse that you uncovered in your investigation between the time her body was discovered and the time somebody called 911?
There were no time lapse. It was an immediate.
Hey, Ms. Brownsville, how are you?
So they came outside, found her that
Yes.
morning, immediately called
Yes.
for you. Can you also speak to, has your department determined any motive for Mr. Barrera to have accessed those documents that got him fired?
Probably just curiosity, to be honest. It was, he had access to our system, as I've spoke to you before about, and he should not have done what he did. He accessed those reports, which again upset us. It violated our trust with him. And we reported that to his supervisors, and they took action on that.
How did that hinder your investigation? Or did it?
Exactly, Moody Mac. Y'all not gonna. You can't just sit here and tell us this girl.
It's brought a cloud over this
I'm gonna let this
investigation
finish
that
first, and
is
then
unnecessary.
we gonna chit chat about it.
That's
Get y'all ideas and
the
see what y'all think about
main
this.
reason.
What did the toxicology test show?
You can refer to the report from the medical examiner's office for that.
Sir, if I could ask
Absolutely, thank you.
You spoke with a lot of witnesses who were there. What can
Yes.
you tell me about what they said about how she fell? What was happening right before? Was it in fact off the deck? What do we...
Yes, it was from the deck. We've come to that conclusion. It was off the deck. There were no witnesses to the fall.
I'm sorry, you said there were no witnesses?
There were no witnesses to the fall. Most of the other party goers had already gone to bed at that time, and she was on the deck alone.
So they say.
At some point during the evening hours, she falls off that deck, and then she's discovered the next morning.
That's correct.
Let's take two more questions.
You mentioned, I'm sorry.
Mike, give somebody else a chance.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anybody else?
The amount of man hours and work that you said went into this case. I know there's a lot of online speculation and rumors around this case.
That's right.
Out there. Is that what led to that, or is that the amount of man hours and sort of the time to close this investigation from November until now? Is that typical for a death investigation?
All death investigations remain open until we get the final findings from the medical examiner's office.
Did anyone from the party ever admit to providing her with the Xanax? What were some of the things that were found in her system?
No.
So was she in fact drinking?
Yes, you can of course refer to the.
Hey, Chase, how you doing?
They were drinking.
Ain't seen you in a bit.
And it was supposed to be an overnight party, and they were drinking and planning on staying at the house all night.
Were there any illegal drugs consumed here?
We don't know if there was any consumed there, but please refer to the toxicology report.
Real briefly, we requested on Monday records about Jose Barrera's involvement in looking at those records. We still have been unable to receive those records
Okay.
on our records request. Can you just quickly detail what he was accused of?
We got a report that he was that he had accessed. We didn't actually get a report. We started the report.
Exactly, Warren. We all know that's not the truth.
He had accessed our database, which he had access to due to his employment in pretrial services. We did an audit trail through our IT and through our detectives, did an audit trail to see exactly what he did access when we discovered that what he had done, and that he had looked at certain reports. We reported those to his supervisors.
And not illegal, but just sort of stepping outside the
That's
bounds
right.
of his job.
That's right. Nothing rose to a criminal act, but it definitely upset us, and we felt violated. It violated our trust.
Forsyth County News.
Major, in the 911 call that we received, the audio for,
Yes.
Mr. Barrera mentions video cameras, surveillance cameras on the house. Was that ever?
Now that's some new info that's brought to the light, y'all.
Was that ever?
So now we're hearing that there were
They did an
surveillance
extensive
cameras
study
around the
of
house.
investigation.
So if there was surveillance cameras,
These cameras
but it ain't in none of the reports.
there and neighboring
So where's this
houses,
where's these cameras
if
at?
there were any, were viewed.
Where's these cameras
Do you
at?
know what, if anything, was shown on those video camera?
Nothing significant to us. Good
Gentlemen,
investigation.
Ladies, that concludes the press conference.
Thank y'all. We do appreciate y'all coming.
Now, y'all tell me what y'all think of this. If that ain't a bunch of cracked up BS, I don't know what to call it. Let's start with the 911 call. First off, they say, what time was it? They found her at 8:40. 8:45, but they didn't. Yeah, but they didn't call the police until.
Matter of fact, let me pull the timeline up so I can put it on my PCR so everybody can see the timeline they said of what happened.
When I tell y'all this case is a bunch of cockamamie bullshit, it is. Because first off, let me see if I can find this other video that I put. I'm bringing y'all everything I got. Why? Because this case needs to come to the light. It really does. Is this it? Yeah. There we go. How you guys doing tonight? How's all my wonderful
with conspiracy theories?
Oh, it is, Jeff. People keep
I want y'all to
sharing
pay
their
attention to this
theories online on social media. Today, we received the case file from the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office and now have a timeline of what detectives determined led up to Tamla Horsford's death and the moment she was last seen alive. We also have our first look inside the party with pictures detectives collected from people at the home. In photos released by the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, Tamla Horsford is smiling alongside several other women on the night of November 3rd.
You guys can go look at the live too, that way you guys can
Short
see the photos and stuff
videos appear to show everyone having a good time and laughing. And 40-year-old Tamla Horsford is seen talking with another woman at the party. Also in the investigation case file is a timeline with timestamps from a home security system. The log shows at 11:30 on Saturday night, 2 women left the party. At 1:47 a.m., another woman left, and it is noted she is the last person to see Horsford alive. She is alone and downstairs. Then, as daylight saving approached, the home's back door leading to the deck opened, closed, and opened again during the 1 a.m. hour. On Wednesday, the sheriff's office discussed what happened next.
There were no witnesses to the fall. Most of the other party goers had already gone to bed at that time, and she was on the deck alone.
The GBI's toxicology report released on Wednesday showed
y'all see the blood alcohol
level was 0.238, and she also had Xanax and marijuana in her system. The medical examiner and investigators determined Horsford fell from the deck 10 to 15 feet above the ground and died from multiple blunt force injuries, and her death was ruled an accident. An attorney for the Horsford family, though, says that they are setting up a meeting with the Forsyth County Sheriff to see and review the case.
And I think that's critical here for no one to jump the gun, so to speak, and no one to pass judgment, but let us do our work. But beginning this work, I can tell you that it does not appear as if it's as clean cut.
The sheriff's office timeline shows nearly 7 hours after the back door last opened, people at the house spotted Horsford's body in the backyard. They then called 911 14 minutes later.
And we just went outside, and she's laying face down in the backyard.
8 minutes passed, and a major with the sheriff's office arrived. And also in the case file we received today are hundreds of pages of interviews with the homeowner and everyone who was at the party. There are also interviews with Tamla Horsford's family members and a friend. Coming up at 6, we will look at questions about the injuries she was found with from those interviews and the reason her husband told investigators he was having an independent autopsy done outside the state of Georgia. Cheryl.
All right, Joe Hankey reporting. Thank you, Joe.
of a woman at a Forsyth County house party is drawing a lot of interest here and across the country. Many, including her friends, are not convinced this was an accident.
Jose Barrera is a witness who used his position with the county to get the police report. He was fired for doing that. The report shows that he told detectives the woman fell to her death. Channel 2's Mike Pachenik reports from Forsyth County. He also got the report and exclusive video from the party.
Happy birthday to you.
A source gave us this video of an adult slumber party last November in Forsyth County. One of the attendees was mother of 5, Tamla Horsford.
Really?
Other video shows her talking to what appears to be a very drunk partygoer. The next morning,
Have y'all checked to see if she's breathing?
a 911 call about a disturbing discovery.
She's not moving one bit. She's not breathing.
The man making that call was the homeowner's boyfriend, Jose Barrera, seen in this video at the party. We first told you last week about how Forsyth County fired Barrera after they say he misused his position as a probation officer to access incident reports about Horsford's death during an active investigation. Here's what he told dispatchers.
I'm noticing a small right cut on her right rib. She's not bleeding whatsoever. I don't know if this cut truly was self-inflicted.
Even though a death certificate someone provided to us claims her death was accidental and after a fall from a balcony that caused multiple blunt force trauma, do you believe somebody murdered her?
I do believe that her life was taken from her, yes.
Best friend Michelle Graves says a family hired medical examiner found extensive injuries all over her body.
But it's impossible to get the injuries that she had from one fall.
According to a copy of the incident report we got a hold of, witnesses told detectives all of the females in the house were drinking heavily. The Tamla arrived with a bottle of tequila and that she was very social and kept engaging in conversation when everyone else was trying to go to sleep.
I'm just trying to find out what happened to my friend.
That don't even sound right.
Mike Pachenik is live in Forsyth County
That
this hour. And Mike, so what is the sheriff's office saying about this now?
Jovita, a spokesman here at this office told me that they just got a copy of the final toxicology and autopsy reports, and they plan to update us on their investigation soon. Meantime, we got an email from an attorney representing the homeowner who says everybody at this party has been cooperative with detectives, and they say in a statement, quote, each of the party goers and their families have received death threats on various social media postings. They say the threats need to stop. This is a tragic accident. That's exactly what it is, an accident. They say it is unfortunate, sad, and unbelievably heartbreaking to her family and her friends. All
right, we'll be waiting for more information, Mike. Thank you.
Okay, y'all. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty of this. We're going to start with the 911 call. First off, did nobody sound concerned? If this is this lady's first time coming to your house, you just let her roam freely? How did she know exactly where she was going? How did she know where your back door was? How did somebody leave the house? Correct me if I'm wrong, Meezy. That was around what, 5 something in the morning? Which means this lady had to been laying in the grass at that time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So the timeline of the people.
The timelines
there
don't
was at
fit.
least 4 people who left their home before anybody noticed her in the backyard, which is, weird to me because why nobody didn't look for her once they got up.
Exactly. Not only that, they said 3.
Never mind that. Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't anybody, especially the homeowner, get up when the back door was open multiple times?
Exactly, because it's on her phone. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that means your phone dinged every time. Your phone dinged every time that door opened. That door, they went out the door at what? The first time was at 1:47.
At 1:47 a.m. Then 1:49 a.m. the back door opens. 1:50 the back door closes, and 1:57 the back door opens, but it never closes again, right? Then at 4:10 a.m. one woman leaves to go to work. 7:45 another woman leaves. 8:30 a couple leaves the home, which would be Stacy Smith and Tom. Then at 8:45 is when they discover Miss Horsford's body by a woman who lives at the home. So this is when the homeowner finds her.
Me personally, I don't think they pushed her off the balcony, y'all. They beat the hell out that girl. Because first off, this is what don't make sense. Why would you close the case and rule it as an accident when we got multiple contusions?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, not just multiple contusions. So I had somebody send me a piece of info. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can read this. Let me make sure.
Not only that though, but their neighbors that the police never talked to said that the couple that they have on the timeline leaving at 8:30, they saw them leaving at 9 o'clock. And how they know is because the neighbors were leaving their house at the same time. So how did the neighbors see the couple leaving at 9 a.m., but the timeline says they left at 8:30?
Again, it's a lot of BS, y'all. A whole lot of BS. Very sketchy. Now, I'm going to read you guys something that was sent to me, and this came off Lipstick Alley. An injury that occurred after death. How do I know? That is bone sticking out of her arm. There is no pool of blood, as it is in an area of where a major artery would have been hit unless you know they moved her body. The GBI did not put this injury in the autopsy report. He, however, set the bone back in her wrist and stitched it up. Now I'm going to show y'all this. Hoping y'all can see it. I guess we don't need to do all that. Can y'all see that?
What you putting up, Lady Nita? Is it a picture?
It's actually I'm showing it on YouTube first, and then I'm finna put it up.
Okay.
But this is what I mean. Come on, y'all. It's on the Lipstick Alley account, but somebody just sent this to me. That is her wrist. That is her bone sticking out. That right there. This is the lead investigator and another investigator looking over the balcony where Tamla's body lay in the grass. And as per their report, she lay there for 2 hours until the coroner pronounced her dead. This is a letter from the family. Can you please keep sharing? We have to put it back out there. Tag on to Ahmaud Arbery's story, NFAC, Feel Our Pain. This is my niece, Tamla St. George Horsford, who was brutally murdered in Cumming, Georgia. Her death was deemed accidental, though her injuries were inconsistent with the story provided in Forsyth County, Cumming, Georgia. There is a great camaraderie against the white people who live there, born there. Let us say that they have created a swamp of corruption. That same swamp that Jeanette Marie Petit Myers, Jean Morrell turned in my opinion, to wipe their states clean of murder. One cannot guess or wonder how often this has been done, but they all drink together, sleep together, go sailing together, and cover up for each other. From the governor to the sheriff to the murderers. Get my drift? So when my niece was murdered, Jeanne Marie's boyfriend at the time, Jose Barreros, called his friend at the station to report a death. He called the coroner, a close friend of the DA. The sheriff, Ron Freeman, then informed he was linked to Jean Marie, whose father was a federal marshal. Jean Morrell was linked to the governor as a supporter and donor, etc. Ron Freeman was fired from his previous job for covering up racial bias and bigotry for his friend, who is the assistant coroner who desecrated my niece's body by painting his black face. So when Ron Freeman realized that they were questioning too much, he hastened to rule it as a murder. It just don't add up, y'all. Compound fractures, not just compound fractures. Let's talk about the contusions. Again, at the end of the day, if her alcohol level, let's talk about the Xanax. Now we all know Xanax and alcohol don't mix. Hey Jamal, how you doing? We all know Xanax and alcohol don't mix. That would have basically, she was half dead then. But check, I just want y'all to go back and look through the video and look at the balcony. First off, look at all the shit on the balcony. Don't y'all think she would have stumbled and fell and hit her head there before she fell over the banister? Allegedly. I mean, come on, let's make it make sense. All these people that left this house, and did nobody see this lady laying in the grass? Question is, was she pushed over the banister? Or did they beat her and place her down in that grass? Juan, you say you can't find nothing? That's the same thing I said. Because I looked up her name, period, and I can't find anything on her. Hey, Sapphire. Sapphire, I've been catching. Well, Chris, that's because my whole purpose of this case happened back in 2018. These type of cases don't get media coverage. This case was never brought to the media's attention because, as you can see, it's a major cover-up. Exactly, Jamal, and it's a bunch of bullcrap behind this. Again, multiple people left that house. Again, if you got all of this, because I'm pretty sure she probably got the little ring or whatever it is on her phone. So you get an automatic notification when the back door opens. That back door opened 4 times. You didn't hear that? Y'all wasn't that drunk. Another thing I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all notice she was the only one there in pajamas? All of them didn't live there. If this was a pajama party, why was she the only one in pajamas? What was their ulterior motive? What was the purpose? How long have they been plotting this? Because you're not going to tell me this lady took a Xanax. Did she take the Xanax before she drunk, or did they mix it? It's just plain and simple. It don't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. Everybody had on, not only that, Davia, pay attention to the feet. You notice they all had on black shoes? Did nobody have on a gym shoe? Everybody had on boots. Again, they all sitting here in street clothes, and she the only one sitting here in pajamas. But then let's talk about all the threatening letters. And hey, Shannon, how you doing? Yes, they were, Sapphire. They were all white. She was the only African American, well, the only Black American, I'm gonna say, at this party. And at a blood alcohol level of 0.238, that's alcohol poisoning. They knew exactly what they was doing to this lady. Question is, how long did they have it planned for? Not to mention the husband, whom also, which was he the, trying to remember, let me make sure I get it right. I know one of them worked as a probation officer, one of their husband's boyfriends. One was worked as he worked, just to say a couple of them had they dibbled and dabbled within this case. You know, and oh, okay. Well, Shannon, send me a friend request. Make sure I accept it. But yeah, you know, it's a lot of, it just don't fit right. The pieces to the puzzle don't fit right. I'm gonna say that because I'm still trying to figure out how this lady went from kicking back, but y'all don't know that she was the giddy one in the room. She was the most happiest in the room. Or better yet, if you guys go back and look at the picture fully and really go back and look, I want you all to pay attention to the lady on the laptop. Y'all don't notice how pale she looked. Like she's seen a ghost, or like somebody sent her a message like, oh my gosh, we're going to do that now. Like right now. And then hours later, this lady ended up dead. Not to mention you got these people sending the husband threatening letters. They sent DCS to this man's house. Sent him letters. Bro, when I tell you they got fucking threatening letters that they done sent this man. How they fucked his wife and all of this here type of goofy ass shit. Who does that? And I'm going to say this, and I really don't care how nobody take it. If the shoe was on the other foot, what would 7 black women be if there was a white woman that ended up dead? That's an automatic setup, y'all. They set this woman up. They knew exactly what they was doing. Oh, Sapphire, I'm breaking them all down. I'm searching for all of them. This is my goal now. For those that didn't, these murders that's gone unsolved, that's the whole purpose of me doing this. Because they're not getting media coverage. So since they can't get media coverage, we're going to give them social media coverage. And we're going to make it go global. Because this needs to be heard. Too many of our black women and men are dying. And behind the hands of who and why? And see me, Sapphire, I don't give a fuck about the Illuminati. Because the Illuminati can't stand up to me. This shit don't make no sense, y'all. And for them to just automatically close the case like that. And mind you, you got all these bruises, all these contusions, and all of this here, and y'all still labeled it as an accident? Like, for real? Make that make sense. So, for was it the Michael guy, Measy? Or I might be saying it wrong. I might have the wrong name.
Which one? You know, it's Michael and Jose.
Which one? It was Michael that sent the threatening letters to the husband, right?
Yes, that was Michael Christian.
Michael Christian going around telling the husband, you want to see how I fucked your wife? Or your wife is dead, and now that's why the fucking kids at home going ape shit? Who does that? All these Snapchat messages where they all sitting up cacaing and kikiing about this girl's death that happened in y'all house. But this was supposed to be y'all friend.
Not to mention they tried to do a defamation lawsuit against her best friend, Michelle Graves, in which they all terribly lost all of their jobs. So now they're all unemployed bums.
Exactly. They're all unemployed bums now. All because her friend stood up to these people, called them out on their bullshit. Sapphire, her family, I'm trying to see that, and that's what I'm working on. I'm trying to find the husband. I want to see if I can get a sit-down one-on-one interview, because you're right, this needs to be pushed, but we got to figure out, Sapphire, who we working with, because everybody is not to be trusted. Too many people had their hands in on this case, from the medical examiner down to the fucking police officers. Because ain't no way in hell you can just say this was an accident. Davia, if you can find that article, send it to me. Because that's the stuff I'm working on. Exactly, Sapphire. I'm working on all these unsolved cases. And not just the fact of unsolved cases. Again, these babies and these women and these children are not receiving media coverage, y'all. When our Black people die, they just gone. Exactly, Moody Mac. They just, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it was an accident. She got drunk. She fell over the banister. I want to know how she fell over the banister. I want to see the trajectory of that. Because first off, I'm going to say this. Looking at how close the banister was to the ground, ain't no way in hell. First off, she shouldn't have landed on her face. Anybody know if you fall over a banister, you're going to flip. Depending on how high the banister is, you're going to flip more than once. Either way it go, when she fell, she shouldn't have landed face first. She should have either landed on her back or on her side. How did the wrist end up broken from that small fall? Davia, she didn't have enough room to run and jump. The balcony is not even that big. Lengthwise, yeah, it's long. Widthwise, I mean, what the hell she do? Horse jockey over the damn banister? What, she thought she was Superman? Or was she really pushed? Or better yet, was she beaten, raped? Because all that happened to her. She was beaten, she was raped, but they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to put that in the medical exam. They didn't even do a rape kit, but Mr. Michael don't realize he incriminated himself and told it all in a roundabout way without telling it. They beat that woman. They raped that woman.
Especially when he's sending her dead.
When he sent the fucking dead body, he sent this lady's pictures, dead pictures of her body to all the bitches he fucked with. Sapphire, that's what it sounds like. But the question is, did they really throw her over? Or did they beat her and then just go place her in that grass? Because if that was the case, if she was asphyxiating, mind you, hold on, that's what we're going to get to that one. Where the husband, Michael, messages this woman's husband and tell him, oh, she could have died off asphyxiation. He gave her 3 different things, y'all. Hypothermia, proportional asphyxiation, and then asphyxiation.
That she would have died from asphyxiation of her own vomit as well.
So either case where it go, the girl could have been throwing up while they was beating on her. But of course,
and the fact that she would have died of hypothermia, I find it highly less likely. How the fuck? She would have had to been out there all night. We know she was.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, this shit is crazy. It's just Sapphire. That's the thing. They never showed a picture of her face. All you get is the picture of her laying in the ground, and they didn't took that picture down too. I'm checking, girl. I'm reading it now. I'm looking at it now. Sapphire sounded like more than a ritual. At the end of the day, how did this girl go again? Why is she the only lady at this party with pajamas on? Again, this was supposed to have been a sleepover for all women. Why was 3 of the people there? Why was their husbands and boyfriends there? That's the part nobody paid attention to. That's the part they failed to lead. That's the part they left out. We didn't find that out till later on down the line because, you know, Mr. Michael talks too much. He running off at the mouth.
I actually found out the text message between Stacy and the other lady. They were actually texting. They agreed that there was no man coming. Then Stacy was like, "Oh, well, Tom said he wants to come," and the other lady was like, "Oh, well, cool." So they knew the men were coming prior to the party.
They knew they was coming. Now, Moody Mac, I can agree with you on that. Because they beat her before. I'm going to say that. They beat her before. Because the bruises. I mean, come on. She didn't get all that from one fall, bro. So she broke her wrist on the way down. Or better yet, let me guess. She ran and hit the banister head first twice. Then she slammed her wrist. Oh, wait. Let me give y'all the shocker. This the part they didn't put in, y'all. She hung herself too. She hung herself. Then she cut herself down. Then I guess she just ran and jumped over the banister. Lovely Gavon, they're trying to.
All this off some weed, a Xanax, and a little bit of liquor. Let me tell you, I done did all three of them.
Exactly.
I ain't never jumped off no
Lovely Gavon, no, they're not going to open her case back up. They ruled it an accident and they just left it at that. They trying their best to, but now you can't even trust the Department of Justice because we now find out that the sheriff dirty too. The whole fucking town is dirty. So it's like, how many more deaths have y'all covered up down there? Because, see, we ain't going to talk about the football player that just died here a couple of days ago in police custody. Mysteriously dead. How many more mysterious deaths do we got down there in Cummins, Georgia? In Georgia, period. Again, can't nobody explain how. Oh, I am Sapphire. I'm not letting this one go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go at all because my spirit spell red rum. Real talk. Red rum. From the moment she walked in that door. Now, we ain't going to talk about the Xanax because this lady wasn't on medication. They claim nobody had Xanax, but then we find out one of the ladies had a prescription for Xanax. Exactly, Sapphire. It definitely is KKK territory. It's definitely KKK territory.
I mean, we remember what happened to Lake Forsyth.
Exactly. They, of course, Sapphire, they put it in a drink. Ain't nobody slow. Because first off, she came with her own bottle. She was drinking on tequila. Now, exactly. Came with her own weed. She didn't come with no Xanax. She didn't take medication.
Now, there was one of the ladies, though, at the party who had a prescription for Xanax. Let's not leave that out.
Exactly. Now, either they put it in her glass or they told her to just take this, girl. It ain't going to do nothing to you. You'll be fine. Me, personally, I believe they put it in a drink. Come on now. And I'm just going to say this, and I ain't got a prejudice bone in my body, but come on. You know how most people, oh, come on, girl. I'll make you a drink for you. I got it. Yeah, and the whole time they were setting her up, they prepared her for this. They let her get as much alcohol in her system as she possibly could. Mind you, she know these ladies. All of their children play football together, y'all. Exactly, Sapphire. And it's ridiculous because this man, they done sent this man through hell. Y'all done sent this man threatening text messages. Y'all done sent him hate messages. Y'all, bro. They sent child protective services to this man's house. Tried to get his kids. Y'all already done took his wife from him. Y'all gonna have the state take his kids too? Called this man all type of bombs. He broke, but guess what? Them same 7 bitches is now broke bitches because ain't neither one of them got their job no more. None of them. They bums now. And it's just ridiculous. But yet they closed the case with no problem. And it's just, I mean, ain't no other way to look at it. Again, Mr. Jose, he another one. He worked for the police department too. What people not failing to realize, they was planning their alibi. How you gonna call the police but not really call the police? You call somebody within the department. Y'all call the coroner on some slick sidewinding bullshit. Why is the coroner sewing her arm back up? Why did y'all replace the bone? Like, come on, bro. They had it out for this woman. Now the question is, what was the ulterior motive? What is the ulterior motive? Now, Lovely Gavon, that's the thing. We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know.
Hi, Roger. I was just on my way to pick up my date. Wanted to show you my suit. You look great. Thanks. It's real tight. It's not a clip on. I just wanted to tell you.
Oh, yeah, Sapphire. It's beyond crazy. And right now to this day, you know, her friend, her best friend, mind you, is white. They didn't try to sue this lady for defamation of character. That's why these hoes ain't got no job now. Because they opened up a can of worms now that they can't close. Exactly, Sapphire. They, you know, they want to make everything hush hush. They want to throw everything on the back burner. Because they all know they're guilty. And they're guilty as all hell. But again, it's not what you know.
The character case alone, that shows that these people are guilty.
The fact that they closed it very quickly. I mean, come on.
The fact that two men in law enforcement lost their jobs.
Exactly.
In this case, it shows they're guilty.
One, she was invited to this slumber party. It was supposed to have been like a girls' night out.
She did not know that the men were going to be there. The white
She didn't know
but
she didn't know that these men was gonna be there. Oh, let me give y'all something. Let me tell y'all the reason. Okay, so remember when the two ladies, they said two people left the house? Now let me tell y'all the story behind that one.
It was Stacy.
It was Stacy. Stacy supposedly left with Tamla to run her home to check on her kids because the husband wasn't at home. Now, why would she leave her kids at home by themselves to go to a slumber party? Why would she have them go check on the kids if there was nobody there to keep them to begin with? That's the part that don't make sense. So when you allegedly took her to her house, what transpired in between it? Notice I said allegedly because we know that lady didn't leave. They took her to her house to check on her kids. Come on, that don't make sense. Don't y'all think she would have got that call from her kids? Oh, mommy, daddy's not here. We need you to come home. She didn't get no phone call from her kids. So who left out the door and where did they exactly go? Who was there? Who was there? Somebody supposed to went and bought pills off the street? Again, Xanax was found in her system, and mind you, exactly, Sapphire. Now, Sapphire, the thing is, they claiming that it was Tamla and one of the ladies. But how? No, Lovely Gabon, because she never went home. That's the thing. She never went home. The lady never had, what was her reason of leaving if the husband was at home already? This is just the lies that they're making up to keep this story going, to make it seem like, oh, she did this, oh, she did that, but the whole time she didn't. And even still right now today, they still sticking to the same story, even though all these mofos is fired. It's not what you know, it's who you know. They are all connected to each other within the justice system. You can put one, you can match one with the governor. She never left that house, y'all. They beat her in that house. First off, look, did y'all pay attention to how the inside of the house looked? Exactly, Sapphire. Now her kids has to grow up without their mother. But see, didn't nobody, but these same hoes, y'all out here on the sidelines, y'all left this lady behind 5 sons that'll never know what happened to their mama. Oh, honey, Lovely Gavon, they not gonna give us that. They made sure they gave everybody else's though. But let's talk about Michael again. Exactly, Sapphire. But let's talk about Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael was sending dead photos of this girl to people, sending the whole case information out to all the ex-females he was messing around with, just basically giving people insight to this case that really didn't need insight to this case. This man was just ornery. They didn't give a hell about this woman. And I'm talking about all 7 women that sat in there. They're all guilty. Because again, if you left the house at 5 something that morning, y'all walked out and you went out the back door, y'all didn't see this lady laying in the grass. Y'all just walked right over her. Michael works for the police department, Lovely. He's also the husband to one of the ladies at that party, or whatever they want to call it. Exactly, Sapphire. He's claiming major bragging rights to this. If you really pay attention, I'm going to put the info up on my channel tonight. I'm going to definitely do that so you guys can get more in-depth information. All the videos that I have up here now, I will be placing on my channel so everyone, can listen and watch for themselves. It's so much that we don't know that we need to find out. Because it's like, exactly, Sapphire. There was no investigation. I'm still trying to figure out how the lady died from, let them tell it, asphyxiation, hyper asphyxiation, or whatever the word was, and hypothermia. Hypothermia. Now, we do know it gets cold in November, but she would have to have been out there all night to have hypothermia, y'all. And we all know.
Hello.
I mean, it's just.
The husbands was there with them. A couple of the husbands was there. So if they raped her, what did the other women say? Is they sharing now? Well, 2 of the couples was actually swingers. Oh, okay. So yeah, anything goes with them.
Hello.
Better be clean.
Hello.
Everybody should be clean. That means don't answer. Tell me the voicemail, crazy.
Oh, I'm slow.
Corner. That's it. Oh, okay. So So did they have something against the couple? Anybody know?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Figure out, yeah, because I don't know.
We're trying to figure out the motive.
This woman, and I know it couldn't have been just because she was black, because that'd just be fucked up. Right. And after they killed her, they started targeting the husband. So right, calling DCF on him. Like, why
they tried to call. They called that man job on him.
Yeah, they tried to get him fired. Mind you, this is the person who's calling the police.
The police.
Calling his job is the police. This is Michael Christian, the arriving officer. He's the one who's calling this man job. This is why he
not just the arriving officer, but the man who was also there at the sleepover.
Jose. Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how you was at the sleepover, but you the first arriving officer.
Right. Matter of fact, let me pull up Stacey's interview, because her interview is really shitty.
Yeah, Sapphire, they did. They thought she was gonna be easy. Now the question is, this is something they never stated. What time did she die? That's something they never established. That's something they never established. Exactly, Sapphire. I'm open to all capabilities and possibilities, because again, this story does not make sense. It just don't. At least if y'all was gonna do anything, at least corroborate everybody's story first if y'all gonna lie. But y'all couldn't even lie right. Lovely Gavon, no, he's not a police officer. They all have lost. Well, he was forced to retire. Let them sell it. Notice they said forced, but we all know he wasn't forced. He wasn't forced. They knew what was going to come down on them. Again, make this make sense. Alcohol level of 238. She dead. That's alcohol poisoning, bro. That's straight alcohol poisoning. Exactly, Sapphire. We got to look at it, y'all. I'm gonna speak on another. I'm gonna get into full depth of this young lady. I'll probably do the live on her tomorrow. We're gonna look into the depth of Talia Lowe, 18-year-old girl that attended college in Detroit, Michigan, that ended up at the beach, ended up allegedly in a riptide in October. They went swimming. Mind you, this girl couldn't swim. She didn't like water, and she had a disability. Sapphire Lynn, I'm going to just tell y'all this here. Everybody that's on Clubhouse with me right now, and everybody that's on YouTube, I want you to go look up the name Talia Lowe. TALEAHLOWE, and tell me what you find.
Wait, Lady Mia, not to mention, they ain't mentioned Stacey hit that blunt with Tamla.
Oh, yeah, y'all, let's talk about Stacey hitting the blunt with Tamla. Let's talk about that. Tamla bought her own weed, mind you. Lovely Gavon, this is the girl that died, that allegedly drowned. Notice I said allegedly.
Oh, and Tom was also a marijuana smoker as well.
Exactly.
So he also was a smoker. I don't know if Madeline was there, but Janine's aunt Madeline was also a pot.
I'll be right back, guys.
Tamla has a whole blunt behind her ear.
That video that I just showed y'all with them in the kitchen, that's the video. But again, y'all, these people think we slow, but we're not.
So my thing is, if they weren't comfortable with her smoking or knew that she smoked marijuana, then why wouldn't they say nothing about having a blunt? And she wouldn't have a blunt behind her ear if she was around people that wasn't uncomfortable with marijuana.
Exactly.
That just wouldn't happen.
It's just crazy, y'all. But I'm still doing the full investigation because I know it's way more to the story than meets the eye.
Not only that, but Stacy also lied and said that the guys came over because earlier that day her sister had a baby gender reveal, right? Now come to find out, her sister didn't have a gender reveal till after the fucking party, y'all.
Exactly.
Her gender reveal party wasn't on November 3rd. She had just found out a month before that she was pregnant. So how the heck she gonna find out the gender if she just found out a month before the party she was pregnant?
So my whole thing is, what's she doing at the party drinking to begin with? But yep, y'all, that's just, crazy.
Bro, they didn't even have a shower until March. And she tried to say that Tamla was involved in gang ties.
What gang ties? Well, okay, so where's all that coming from?
Oh, this is what they this is during her interview. This is during her interview. This is all the lies that were pointed out during her interview. Like she lied about a lot of things. First about the weed and the time of they singing happy birthday. Then about her sister baby shower, which didn't happen until March. So yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies in her story. And then she said, "Oh, and I left my phone downstairs, and because she said Tom was selfish because she didn't have a sleeping buddy, so we put our phones there, and she said, well, our phones can sleep together. So we laughed and hugged, and I said she was going to smoke, and she said she was going to smoke, and I went to bed."
I'm just trying to figure out. They saying everybody went to bed. I'm trying to figure out how everybody went to bed at the same time.
And everybody was going to bed, and she was the only one up and went to go smoke outside.
It's just again, it's a lot of loopholes. A lot of loopholes. Because if she had blunt force trauma to the head, how'd she fall over that banister, y'all? Because she had to get the blunt force trauma before she fell over the banister. Because that little small fall, what they say, 15 feet? That wasn't
Not
even
to mention her jacket and shoes is inside the house by the wall, so that means she went outside with no jacket and no shoes on the balcony.
And just decided she was going to end it all, huh?
And it was cold as hell. Are y'all aware of Jeanne Meyer's investigation, her interview?
No.
I got the transcript. I'm reading Stacey's now. I got Jeanne's. I got her actual interview on 11/9/2018. Guess who her interviewing officer was? Michael Christian. Yep. He was Stacey's too. And Tyler Sexton. That he interviewed her as well. So it's quite interesting when Christian says,
"Hey Kaiser, how you doing, hon?"
They're here with Jan, and so Jan
Yes,
says,
yeah,
Myers,
okay,
and
Rico is dead.
He goes, Myers, sorry. And she's like, it's okay. His response is this, and I've never heard a police officer say this. I've never heard it. He says, too many people I've been dealing with today. Jan, of course, we're here to talk about the incident that took place Saturday night, Sunday morning with your friend, Tam. Let's address one thing real quick before we get there. You came into the room when we were talking with Madeline, and we appreciate the fact that you were going to get us gift cards, but we cannot accept them, and it just would make things look weird if we did. Wait, so she tried to give them gift cards?
Wow. Gift cards, y'all.
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh, but yo, bro, like, yo. First of all, it's illegal for Michael to be.
Guys, for those that's just not finding out about Rico, yes, Rico died today. He was shot and killed at a bowling alley in the suburbs.
So, rest in peace, Kanika. They gonna reap what they sow.
At the end of the day, like I said, and I'll be doing a video on that too. Was that his karma? Come on, we all know what it is.
Yeah,
yes, Kaiser. I'm talking about Rico, Kanika's ex.
This whole thing is crazy.
Come on, y'all. We gonna do something a little different today. Who shot him? Yeah, okay, that I don't know. I'm just not getting the story a couple of hours ago. Sapphire, I'm going to be looking into, that's the case I'm going to be doing live tomorrow. We're going to look into that too.
Measy. Huh? Makina.
We're going to do something a little different.
Sapphire sent out, Stacey Smith sent out the email. She sent out the invite for the party. I know.
Exactly, Kaiser.
The one that sent it.
Oh, Sapphire, Rico is deceased. He was killed today.
I think somebody
shot
else,
and killed at a bowling alley.
I think last name Lawson. Whoever last name Lawson, she tell her in the text message like, oh, Tom's coming. And she's like, oh, okay. But at first they were like, it was just the girl's name.
Kaiser, just when you get the chance, go on Google and download the Clubhouse app.
Her interview don't make no sense to it because Stacey shit.
Can y'all pin that interview? Can y'all pin that interview for me, or do I have it already?
I think I sent it to you, but I could pin it. Hold on. I got Stacey.
Hey, B-Stacks, how you doing? What's good, homie? What's good?
I think I also got Nicole Lawson's too.
If y'all can back channel me those, because I'm finna put.
Yeah, Nicole is the one she was talking to when she was like, Tom, come in. I'm about to pin it at the top, so.
Okay.
So that way everybody in the room.
Hey, Brashante, how are you? How are you? How are you guys this evening? We're gonna do a little reset for the room. Welcome to the Goddess's Lair. Today our topic is on the mysterious death of Tamla Horsford. Tamla Horsford is the lady that was found in Cummings, Georgia. That was found, that went to a sleepover at 7 white ladies' house. A sleepover with 7 white women. And she was found face down in the grass, dead the next morning. Oh, Brashante, I'm getting ready to, I'm working on it. I'm getting ready to start doing a lot of little stuff different. But yeah, this lady was found dead face first in the backyard in the grass. And they're telling us that allegedly she fell over the banister. But you're not going to tell me the way she fell, that she ended up with contusions and blunt force trauma, and her wrist ended up being broken, that the coroner mistakenly popped the bone back in place and sewed the hand up like nothing happened. is basically just a bunch of bull crap to this. Sapphire, you definitely right. They dropping like flies. They really are. But it's called karma. Man, Sapphire, it make me want to go just sit outside the crib for real. Cause this hit and see that because of who they're tied to, it makes it that much easier for them to get off. Come on, y'all, hit that like button. We're gonna do something a little different tonight because I'm trying to get up all the research. And I know it's gonna cost to get some of the records that I need. So if you guys feel free and would love to donate to the cause, hit the Cash App for me, y'all. Because maybe it's time to help this father out to really find out what happened to his wife. Because as you can see, the town ain't trying to help him. They not gonna help him. Look at all the incriminating shit they did to him. And nothing's been done about it. But again, let's put the shoe on the other foot. Come on, we all know what would have happened. I'm trying to get this case reopened, y'all. And we need to get it as much coverage as we possibly can. Not just hers, there's plenty more out here. Oh, of course, Kaiser, you know that's right. You know they is. They definitely are. But it's time to bring all this to the forefront, y'all. It really is. It's definitely time to bring these cases to the light. If they don't want to give them media coverage, we gonna give them media coverage. I want to open up a foundation for these people. You don't know what these families going through. They caused this man to lose his job, for crying out loud. We are losing our young women and our men, y'all. And I think it's about time we take a stand. I don't give a hell about the Illuminati or none of them. Because God got me and he gonna guide me through this one. My spiritual ancestors already told me it's a new day coming. At the end of the day, this just don't make no sense. Come on, y'all. Let's drop some hearts in the chat for Tamla. Show us some love, y'all. Exactly, Kaiser. Definitely. Most definitely. I mean, come on. You got these families out here that's suffering. They trying to find out what happened to their loved ones. And yet y'all come up with this bullshit story. That's just crazy. Again, you're not going to tell me this girl got drunk and fell over a banister. Come on, y'all. Let's drop some hearts in the chat for Tamla. Let's show her that her name will not go unnoticed. This case will, and I promise you that, I'm not going to stop until I figure it all out. We're going to give this lady some justice. Give her family a real family that need real justice. Again, what happened to Tamla Horsford? Kaiser, believe it or not, this case happened back in 2018, November 4th. Never got any media coverage. Nobody never really knew nothing about it. We just heard about it. That was it. That's all we did was heard about it. I'm trying to take this case further, y'all. I'm trying to get this case some exposure. So what I'm trying to do is And I know a lot of people just be like, people be talking out the side of their neck, but no. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring exposure to this lady's case. And I'm trying to get this. Hey, Deja, how you doing, hon? Again, at the end of the day, I'm trying to bring as much to this case that I possibly can. If nobody else is going to help, maybe it's time we get out here and do it ourselves. I try my best, Kaiser, but I look at it like these here, and people can call me what they want, but these are our sisters and brothers that we losing, y'all. The next case I'm going to look into, I'll be looking into the Jelani Day case as well, because I found out some new interesting information about that as well. I'm trying to get these cases exposure. That's my plan. If it means I got to go and pay for all the records, the documents, it is what it is. Am I rich? Hell no. Am I broke? Yeah, damn skippy. But I will take every dime that I get my hand on to make sure that this case gets the exposure and the justice that it needs. Thanks, CC. We gotta get it. We gotta get exposure, y'all. So, if you guys are willing to help me out with this, and y'all really want to take that extra step and take this journey with me, I'm accepting all donations, big and small. Hell, 2 cents, it don't matter. We need to do this, y'all, because these is 5 boys that's done had to grow up. What's this? 2021, 18, 19, 4 years. Oh, thanks, CC. I appreciate the support. I definitely appreciate, because without you guys, it would be no me. But this is what I'm working on. I'm trying to create a nonprofit organization for stuff like this, because we don't know what these families are going through. They're hurting, and we need to find a way to help get them closure. If you guys ready to take this journey with me, let me see you guys drop a 2 in the chat. Everybody on Clubhouse, flash your mics if you're ready to take this journey with me. It's time to bring things out to the forefront. Because, honey, when I tell you on Clubhouse, I got one of the best research teams on Clubhouse and YouTube. And I know with all us putting our heads together, we can get stuff like this done. See, we start with a mustard seed and we grow it into a humongous plant. It takes a village to raise a child. Come on, y'all. If y'all ready to take this journey with me, let me see y'all drop a 2 in the chat. Because it's time to do something about things like this. We can't keep letting our people, keep going down like this. We gonna do this, y'all. Gonna get together with a few people so we can come up with a name for this nonprofit organization. Exactly, CC. Too many. So it's time to bring all this to the light. Regardless if they're gangbangers, rappers, whatever. We need to start standing up for our people, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for us. I want it to be where when, one of these parents or whoever it is get on the news and they speaking, we there to help those families. If it ain't nothing but a shoulder to cry on, this is what we need to start doing. Hey, Mr. Motivator, what's good? What's good? At the end of the day, y'all, this is something we need to do. It's time to show people how we stand and stick together. If we don't need each other any other time, right now is when we need each other, y'all. This is when we stick together for our people. Too many of our women, men, and children are dying, and we don't even know the reasons why. So again, if y'all ready to take this journey with me, and this is our journey, not just mine. If you guys are willing to take this stand with me, let me see y'all drop a 1 in the chat and flash your mics on Clubhouse. Because I'm really serious about this. I'm dead serious about this. Because there's too much going on in our world and only our people are dying behind it. We got to do something about it, y'all. And we got to put a stop to it. Exactly, Kaiser. That's why I don't draw off the news. That's one thing I don't, because the news is another outlet. They don't give you the full story either. And it's like at the end of the day, I'm sick of it. Every time you turn to the news channel or every time you turn on YouTube or something, somebody has died. So I'm getting ready to come up. This is something I'm really finna think about, because I got to come up with a name for this nonprofit organization. And I know I can't do this by myself. I'm going to need all hands on deck. So once I'm getting ready to start working on this. Exactly, Mr. Motivator. Say it again. The news and TMZ work for the same people. They only put out what they want you to know, not what needs to be known. Why you think the cases be so hard to solve, or they go unnoticed? Oh yeah, they are. CC, you ain't lying. They definitely are. That they definitely are. But again, I'm ready to do this, y'all. This is my calling. It's like now I feel like I know what I was put here to do. We need a voice. I'm ready to be that voice. Exactly, Mr. Motivator. And see, people not getting that. It takes a village, y'all, and we finna be that village. I want to reach out to the husband. I would love to do an interview with him just to see how he's doing now, 4 years later, and how his kids are coping. This is things we're supposed to be there for and help each other with. Ain't nobody heard from that man since this incident. Don't nobody even know how he's doing. Is he able to pay his bills? Is he able to feed the kids? Ain't nobody stopped to think about that. Yes, Mr. Motivator, it has. This year has been sad. I'm planning on collecting every deceased person this year. I'm actually going to go back from 2019 to this year. And just to show what's really going on in our cities and in our towns and our states, y'all. So it's time to take a stand. And I'm pledging to take that stand. We losing our people. We losing more kids now than we are anything. We ain't gonna even talk about the behind the scenes, because the behind the scenes is worse than the incident itself. The behind the scenes is just as worse. Oh yeah, we definitely being hunted. People just ain't paid attention to it yet, but we're definitely being hunted. You got to pay attention to your surroundings. Everybody that's your friend is not your friend. Because if these ladies was her friend, that lady wouldn't end up dead in the backyard. I'm just saying. Anybody got any questions? Anything they would like to say? I'm just bringing this to the forefront. Okay, Kaiser. Exactly, Mr. Motivator. Anybody could be a snake or a sellout. It's the behind, like he said, the behind the scenes is what's really going on. What I realize is anybody can be a snake or a sellout. Exactly, CC. That's the part I wanted to know. Why was she the only person that would with PJs on if it was a sleepover? Why everybody else dressed like they on their way out? But one thing I did notice, I noticed everybody had on a pair of black shoes, something form of black. And yeah, Reese, and I'm finally just not being able to dig into it. It's a couple of cases I'm getting ready to dig deep into, because it's crazy. Juan, they checked for the people that was there, but everything is a cockamamie bullshit. Because you know what? One thing they never said, they never showed her phone records. Exactly.
Check your back channel.
The first one or the second one? Legal Zone. Oh wow.
The second one, that's the one for the nonprofit.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a definitely check into all of this, because again, this is stuff that need to be brought to the forefront.
The first one I sent you, that's the Stacy Smith.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm gonna get.
That's actually the website that was created by Tamla supporters, so they can put all the information.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm gonna get all this up on my channel. Like I said, when I said I'm finna investigate this, I'm finna investigate this to the fullest. And CC, you right. They was downstairs. They was in that building, period. And Reese, that's the same thing we all saying. Either they threw her off that balcony after they beat her and she was already dead, and they just threw her off the balcony. Exactly. That's another thing that didn't make sense. It's like, you notice how they tried to make themselves look real friendly with her, knowing damn well they really wasn't friendly with her. Exactly, Kaiser. And see, people like me, I'm not standing for it no more. I'm tired of every time I turn around on the news or oh yeah, he do. Reese, all of them connected to somebody in some kind of way. They all are. That's how the shit got covered up. Michael got caught investigating the case while on the clock. Why are you investigating the case that you're not really supposed to be a part of to begin with? But it's gonna all come out. I'm gonna make sure of it. This man was spreading around her dead pictures of her dead body. Oh yeah, I know, Mr. Motivator, and that's one of the reasons why he gone. They didn't get that coverage though, but I did. Everybody think these people innocent until proven guilty. You'd be surprised how many people is getting away with murder these days. You'd be surprised. Exactly, Kaiser. And see, these people knew that they had help. They knew how to, again, first off, y'all, why the fuck did it take them so long to call the goddamn, make the 911 call? Notice, again, how nonchalant they was. Because I promise y'all, if I'd have found somebody dead in my backyard, I'm screaming, I'm hollering, I'm going cuckoo crazy. Because now I need to find out what the fuck happened to this lady, especially when she was in my house. Exactly, Mr. Motivator. They playing it like a movie. Now, mark my words, it's somebody gonna make money off her too. Like literally the next day, somebody left the house at 5:30 and did nobody see this lady laying face down in the grass? Oh, y'all just walked over her like she wasn't there? I mean, come on. The neighbors didn't hear nothing, didn't see nothing.
Oh, they didn't even remember. The neighbors are the ones who said they saw Stacy and Tom leaving at 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
So at 9 o'clock. The police didn't get there till 9:07. So y'all left right before the police came.
Exactly. I'm talking about I left right before the police came. Because why would you leave right before the fucking police came when y'all are part of the goddamn scene of the crime? First off, why was anybody able to leave to begin with? Everybody booked it up when a 911 call got made. Hey, hell no. How you doing, hon? Everybody left. They doing interviews in separate areas. Come on now. Why wasn't the house taped off? How's this person even still living in the house? That's the come on, bro. That's a whole crime scene. This the question I got though. And this is what don't make sense to me. Why wasn't the glass she drunk out of tested for fingerprints, any type of residue or substance in her glass? Y'all notice they never mentioned that either. Of course, CC, you know they did. And they all basically got away with murder. So they think.
Remember the sheriff.
Oh, we ain't gonna even talk about.
Remember the sheriff.
We ain't gonna talk about the sheriff.
Oh, so cute.
Oh yeah, Mr. Motivator, they sure can. But we ain't gonna even talk about the sheriff, y'all. The sheriff was dirty too.
It's so cute.
Mind you, this the same man that was fighting to get the case open, but it was all just a publicity stunt. Okay, baby, take it with you. Hell no, I thought my mom's was on here. Exactly, CC. Because again, they didn't do a rape kit. Come on, y'all. We know she was raped. We know she was beat and then drugged. Now the question is, did they drug her as soon as she got there? Or did they put it in her system right before she died? Reese Rolex, I don't know what the case could have been, but I don't even understand what she would have been arguing with him for because she was so happy and cheerful. Hell, she was the happiest one at the party.
The white girl's facial expression. She probably got the text that they drugged her and they was going to kill her after the picture.
Exactly. Because again, pay attention to that girl and the look like she looked like Casper herself. Exactly, Mr. Motivator, and I peeped that too. How y'all think they come up with everything they come up with? Yes, Reese, they did her dirty. They did her extremely dirty. Cause like they said, let's go back. Let's go back to the young lady sitting on the right hand side of the couch. She got that text. That's why she looked the way she looked. Reese, I ain't gonna even say racist drunk because this is my thing. This is another question I have. Well, you can't even say why was they why wasn't well technically as late as they stayed up, they should have still been able to test their alcohol level too. Why wasn't their alcohol levels tested? Why wasn't fingerprints taken? Again, where's the yellow tape? It's like, come on, bro. This shit is crazy. This ain't no coincidence. And the fact that they got all the evidence to classify this as to label this as a murder is what's killing me. And yet y'all still ruled it as an accident. So she accidentally got drunk. She accidentally went out on the balcony to smoke a blunt, and a girl came out, Stacy came out there and smoked with her. She accidentally came back in the house and just partied with everybody, and then accidentally took a Xanax, and accidentally basically gave herself alcohol poisoning. She accidentally beat herself up. She accidentally beat herself in the head. She accidentally hung herself and then cut herself down and then jumped over the banister. Because that's what it sounds like they saying.
That's a lot of damn accidents.
That's a lot of damn accidents in one motion to be just going to jump over the banister. Like, come on now. All this is premeditated.
Wait, one more question. Ain't nobody heard nothing?
And then nobody, the neighbors didn't hear nothing? Y'all didn't hear this lady scream? Or none of that? Or did y'all take her in the back room of a house? Because from the looks of it, this is a complex building, not a house. Come on now, we know in these complex buildings like that, these walls is thin. So did nobody hear nothing? Well, because she might have been died at when she was at, I mean, they showed her at the party alive and well. They beat her somewhere in that house. Actually, hell no, it was her weed. She rolled her own weed. So her blunt wasn't laced. She didn't do drugs, period. She wasn't even on psychotic meds. Why everybody talking about some she, again, where does Xanax come from? Oh, wait, what's her name again?
But that's the thing that's bothering me is the whole weed thing, bro. Like,
first off, if she's not a chronic smoker like that, THC is really not going to come up in her system.
True, but
again, how did they get the results of the THC in her system when she had just smoked it a couple of hours ago? It's you still gotta wait. You gotta wait for the cannabinoids. Come on, I'm a chronic pot smoker.
Even the Xanax, you know what I mean? Like,
all that shouldn't have came up that quick. All that shouldn't have came up that quick. Like again, if anybody on here that smoke weed, no. Once it hits your jaws, it secretes in your jaws. It has to attach to the fat cells in order to get in your body, period. It didn't, I'm pretty sure it didn't do that in an hour. Yeah, hell no. She went out on the balcony.
This video of her partying, this video of her
just don't sit right to me.
This video of it, but it's like at what point, I'm thinking at 147 point, she was already dead, bro.
Yeah, she was already dead at 147. So somebody opened that back door numerous of times and they tried to make it seem like it was her going in and out. So at 157, she went out for the final time and didn't come back in. She just ended up dead over and did nobody think. So when you got this notification 4 or 5 times on your phone, you didn't bother to get up and notice something was suspicious. Why is my back door constantly opening? Because ain't that what y'all would do? This is a complex, not a house.
Man, this is white people. White people always run into some shit, bro. White people, I'm sorry. I don't care if you're listening. But I hurt nobody's feelings. Bro, white people always run. Hey there, Bill, what's that noise? Well, let's go.
Exactly. They forever being nosy. Forever being nosy. And y'all didn't hear nothing. Y'all didn't hear a bump, a scream, or none of that. If she was so intoxicated, come on, y'all, let's make this make sense. How? Exactly, hell no, because another lady there that was at that party had a prescription for Xanax. But let's talk about this part here. Again, how the fuck, excuse my French, no, we're not going to excuse it. How the fuck was she able to move with an alcohol level at 0.238, y'all? Somebody make that make sense. Hey, real one for life. Yes, rest in peace, Slim 400. Rappers in there, they dying too soon, y'all. But again, how is she moving with an alcohol level of 0.238? How the fuck did she get up and she ain't stumbling, honey. She was already dead. Well, hell no, that's the thing. We don't know. That's what we trying to find out. Was it put in her drink? Did they give it to her and tell her it was something else? Hell no, all of them invited her. All 7 of them invited her. That's the crazy part. Me personally, y'all, I think they had it planned. At the end of the day, this lady is dead, and can't nobody explain what happened to her. How y'all all in this house and ain't nobody seen or heard nothing? Come on, bro. Them dudes. That's who beat her up. They raped her. They know what they was doing. Hell no, yes, she was the only person that had a prescription for Xanax. This lady wasn't on no type of meds. Wasn't nothing wrong with this lady. It needs to, CC. It needs to. It needs to be. This needs to be brought to the forefront. I'm not going to stop until we get justice for this lady. She was 40. I'm 43. They took an innocent life for what? Because I want to know what the motive was. Or was this just something y'all had planned? What was it that y'all didn't like about this lady? What did she do so wrong that y'all had to do her like that? Like, bro.
Or was it her childhood I was so...
Exactly. Did they take
remember, their boys played football together.
Exactly. All their kids played football together, y'all. Exactly, Juan. Now, that's something to bring up. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, Juan, because I didn't even think about that. If their husbands and boyfriends was there, why her husband couldn't be invited too? Because technically, Juan, they wasn't supposed to be there.
No, remember, everybody was already in transit, and the guys, so some people was already there, according to GN.
Yeah, GN. So these men was already there.
They were already there by the time she got there.
Before, right, they was there by the time she got there. So before she even left her house, they was already there. And CC, I'm glad you say that too, because her kids were excellent football stars, and they still are. So is that the case? Was y'all mad because her son got to run with the ball and y'all's didn't? Come on, I'm gonna need somebody to make this make sense. They drugged her because they knew they couldn't beat her. And that's just being real. This is premeditated. This ain't something that just happened. Oh, she got drunk and just fell over a banister. Bullshit. I call bullshit.
Not to tell on myself, but I've been high, you know. I've done alcohol. Alcohol is great. And I've just never face planted over any.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I tell y'all I done got flat on my face drunk. I mean flat on my face drunk. Done smoked weed, done tried Molly once before, all in one day. And I ain't never failed and stumbled and beat myself up and ended up face in somebody's yard. Now I might have ended up in my bathroom on the floor because I couldn't make it to the toilet. But not to just like really, for real. This is another thing. Yes, real one for life. I'm talking about Tamla Horsford. Yes, I am. Again, it's just a lot that don't make sense. Why is she the only one sitting in pajamas? Why was no real investigation done? Where's the cutoff tape? Where's the caution tape at? Where is the police at? Where? Look how long it took for the damn EMTs to arrive. They found her at 8:45. They didn't call the damn police until, what was it, 8:50, 8:55, something like that. They had to hurry up and get their story together. They had to hurry up and corroborate their story. And as you can see, it worked. Because ain't nobody went down for this lady's murder. And they think no one's going to go down. They never stepped foot in the courtroom. So they can't say they're being charged with double jeopardy because a court case was never open. Real one for life. She died November 4th, 2018. 4 years ago.
Excuse me, Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I just clicked in the room, you know what I'm saying, and I was just listening to what y'all talking about, and I like quickly looked it up on Google real quick. But let me say this to you real quick. About y'all saying, you know, the boys playing footballs and the fathers being involved. Now let me say this right here. This is just my first time hearing about this, but where that sound accurate at is this, especially if her boys was good football players. My cousin used to play at a school that was predominantly white, and all the black kids was good. One time we was at the game. My cousin's father and another black boy's father was sitting there, but it was a couple white people that made the comment, "Oh, what? Our kids ain't good enough to get in, but theirs ain't." You know what I'm saying? So even when you talk about football and sports, that make a lot of sense right there.
Because, I mean, you know, again, you know, it's just a lot don't add up. Okay, hell no, I'm a definitely.
That's all I'm gonna
say that again, Maze.
These white people real shifty. They lying all over the place. They getting caught in their lies, but yet they not in jail. Mm-hmm. What kind of county is Forsyth County, honey? What kind of county? I remember what happened in Lake Forsyth, right? County.
Good night, hell no.
Black town. But at the end of the day, like y'all said, man, if they invited her over to a slumber party and it ain't like it's a million people there, everybody accounted for. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's like us right now, 2, 4, 6, 7. It's 7 of us. If one of y'all go out the room, we gonna notice that you gone. I mean, you know what I'm saying? After a while.
What you say, Pete?
Peep the bottom. Y'all see what I see?
You know what, Measy? Go open the door and let them on in.
Yeah, she said, all right. I knew it.
How can we help you, Alex?
Oh, I'm just strolling and going with the day. You know how it is. Long day.
How you doing, Banco?
I'm good, I guess. Wheeling and dealing, Banco? For sure. What's this room about?
We are speaking.
Horseford? Who is that?
It's an African American female that went to a sleepover at 7 white women house, and she ended up dead.
Wow.
Face first in the yard.
Sexually?
She was beat.
Yeah, you can Google it.
She was beat, murdered, raped.
Why would she even go in the first place?
Because she thought these people were her friends. That's that, and I'm not gonna. I can't even sit here and argue with you on that one because that's a definite. That's a definite.
I kind of understand for a king standpoint.
Well, no, all of these people, they're married. All these women was married. They invited her to this sleepover.
These are adults.
Yeah, these are adults. These are not kids.
Hold on, I'm PTR the picture for you. That lady was 40.
The lady was 40 years old.
They'll have your sleepovers at 40. They need male attention.
That's the killing part. 3 of them husbands was there.
It was somebody's birthday though, right?
Yeah.
This interview, that's why I've been quiet.
Yeah, it was somebody's birthday.
It was Deanne's birthday. They all supposed to be getting together for Deanne's birthday.
Hey, Gabrielle Young.
Before she died though?
Do what now? She had 5 kids. All of her kids were football stars. Mind you, these parents, everyone at this sleepover, all of their children played football together. They were football moms.
Oh, so it was a racist thing.
That's what it looked like.
Maybe one of the football stars, like they're a little tuggy on one of their daughters, and they got a little bit upset.
These are all boys. This lady had 5 boys.
No, I know, but like with the other white woman, you said they had football stars too.
Yeah, all of their sons played football together.
Their sons are young. They had no daughters. They're not even old enough. Like all their kids are young, so they just was on a regular school football team. So all of them knew each other. But I have a question. What is the story? Like, what did they say happened?
That's the thing. Can't nobody. They just know they went to bed, and they woke up and this lady was planted face in the yard. But mind you, she has sprain contusions. She has concussions. She got blunt force trauma.
When did this happen?
It happened in 2018, but I'm bringing awareness to it because it never got media coverage.
Wait, so what happened?
She died. She was killed. And people made a mockery of it. They sent Child Protective Services to her house. They did everything in the world to cover it up because they ruled it as an accident.
I got a quick question, though.
What's that?
Why are you a fucking nigger?
Why the fuck your mammy was born on a pile of spit?
I knew it was coming.
Hold on. So Obito. One thing we're not gonna.
Obito said that actually. That wasn't even him. That was Obito, dude. That's who said that. The boy at the bottom button.
Now, before I'm gonna try this one more time. If we're gonna have any disrespect on my stage, he has the audacity, but he don't know his mama was. You know what, CC? That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find the coroner's report. I mean, we got it, but it's not really telling us what because we know for a fact that this autopsy is not real.
Man, that boy Obito damn wrong for that.
You know what? Obito can go suck one. He really can.
Why would she place her head planted first, though?
Well, that's the thing. That's what we're trying to find out. Was she placed there or was she thrown? Again, even if she was thrown over the banister, even if she fell over the banister, you know for a fact a person is going to flip in the air when they fall. So she shouldn't have fell. She shouldn't have fell face first. She would have fell flat on her back or on her side.
Yeah, a little.
Not to mention the arm, the wrist. The wrist. This is something they didn't mention in the autopsy report. Her wrist was broken. The bone was sticking out. The coroner replaced the bone and sewed it back up as if nothing ever happened to her. That right there is a red flag.
Wait. But I got okay, Timbo.
Huh?
But wait.
Go ahead, Jerome.
Real quick question though. What was the people at the house saying about it?
They ain't heard nothing. They ain't seen nothing, and they all in the same house with her.
So I'm saying, like, when the police was asking them, like, well, what happened?
Well, you got to look at it. Let's look at it this way. Two of the women, their husbands worked for the police department. So that go an automatic red flag right there.
Oh, yeah, man. We already know what this about.
They covered it all up. They covered it all up. And see, they just ruled it as an accident. But people like me and other people out here, we want to see this reopened because too many of our women is dying and they can't give us a reason why.
Yeah, man. Listen, let me say this to you, man. Too many of our people died in general, man.
Exactly. Too many of our people is dying, period. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I'm trying to start a nonprofit organization.
Because all these white women are I done seen it. I started removing their ass. Somebody sending their ass in here.
I know.
But you gotta think, y'all. But you gotta think. I mean, no disrespect, and I've been talking about this with people in the couple rooms. They always send agents.
Well, they can send the agents over here because I hope they prepared.
That's their grand scheme is putting agents and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, I be seeing the white folks coming up saying ignorant shit.
But at the end of the day, I hope these white folks prepare for what I'm finna dish out. Because at the end of the day, I'm calling y'all out on your bullshit. This case is bullshit. Her death, bullshit. The autopsy report, everything is bullshit. But yet these people are gonna get away. They got away with it, so they think. Again, it's time to stand up for our people, y'all. We gotta speak. We gotta speak for those that can't speak for themselves anymore. And that's my mission.
Yeah, true that. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all. I've been keeping real. This is my first time hearing about it. This one made me click on the room because when I seen that and I seen a bunch of black women in the room, I'm like, they must be talking about a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So it just made me listen in, and you know what I'm saying. So that's how I kind of knew, like, man, it's a bunch of black women talking about. You know, I know it got to be a black woman. That's the first time we ever heard about this stuff.
But see, that's the thing. It never made it to the news. At least not globally.
Let me say this.
Exactly, Z, One Nation.
Where I understand where you coming from at is this. All right, check this out. I'm from Ohio and I live in Youngstown, but I live in a small town, you know what I'm saying? But my son's mother is a registered nurse, and she tell me all the time, it's so much that go on that they don't even put on the news or nothing.
No, they don't.
I definitely believe there. I definitely believe that. And I live in a small town, so I can imagine people that live in bigger cities.
And I live in Chicago. Can you imagine what goes on here?
Yeah, I got a lot of shit. You see, I got a lot of family that's in Chicago, so I definitely feel. Yeah, I got a lot of family that live in Chicago.
But you know, again, it is, and you know what I'm saying. Again, it's not just here; it's everywhere. Women.
But I just feel like, man, we just like y'all said, man, we just gotta take care of each other, and we gotta understand and comprehend and get it together.
Exactly, we got to, y'all.
I mean, for real though,
because they taking us out one by one, bro.
Because me and some other gentlemen and some women, we was talking, and I was just saying what black man and black woman have to understand is we are both important and valuable to each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's like y'all as women. I don't think I'm more than y'all. I don't think I'm less than y'all. But I think women do know things in the right time, just like men know the right things at some time. You know what I'm saying? We all make mistakes. Ain't none of us perfect, but I can't sit here and say, you know what I'm saying? Oh, women
exactly,
can't contribute nothing to our life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what we need to find, Meezy? This is what we got to figure out. We got to find out how to get hold to that that video footage. Because if there was recording cameras out there, where is the footage? Where is the cameras? Period.
See, let me say this though. Once again, it all come back to us mobilizing, because look how they own the houses and buildings in their neighborhoods to where they can cover stuff up. You know what I'm saying? See, what black people gotta understand is this: a community is the neighborhood and businesses owned by the people that live there. We don't live in that. We live in the neighborhood. See, that's why they get to cover stuff up, because guess what? Once again, it's 7 of us in the room. I like to say this, okay? Let's take a small block of radius, okay? Say it's 7 houses on the street. Say each one of us own a house. We can do what the fuck we want on that street, no matter what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? So see, this is another reason why they get away with this, because guess what? They own the houses and businesses in the neighborhood.
And I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this here. How you think a lot of these people just, do what, like he said, do what they want, because they own their businesses, they own their homes, and believe it or not, a lot of them got the people on payroll in their back pocket.
Well, just like you said, Queen, by 2 of them being married to police, that's strength right there.
Exactly.
For that little circle of people.
Exactly.
Even them 7 people, that's a circle of people that they got 2 cops on their side, so they can kind of do what the fuck they want. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel you, man. See, that's what I keep on telling my hunters. I mean, I know it's slowly happening with our people. It's slowly happening. But what I'm saying is that's what we gotta understand, that, when you own more things and move like that, certain things, they can never do nothing like that to us. If we owning our stuff and we controlling what's going on, ain't nobody come in and do that.
Right. This something that was just brought to my attention, y'all. Meezy, do you remember the husband telling the 911 dispatch that the cameras was on the balcony? So my question is, what the fuck did the footage disappear to? Why didn't nobody go check it?
Exactly. Like you keep on saying, man, they had something to do with it, man. They was something. He called Kaylin. Remember? There was something against that family. Barrera called Kaylin before he called the police. Imagine what he told him in them 14 minutes that they had to call the police.
Exactly, CC.
One officer had another officer's number. You call the officer before you call the actual dispatch to report it. And then all of a sudden, the fire or ambulance or first responders are then called off.
That's what didn't sit right to me.
No first responders on the scene at all. Y'all automatically saying she's dead. And many times I've seen a dead body, the first responders still were there. So
it just don't make sense.
Nah, it do make sense, man. They had something against that lady and her husband and her kids, and they took it. She was the casualty.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For real, man. Listen, man. I'm not saying that y'all don't do this, but like I said, the black people living in amongst the neighborhood and them people living in, they think that we ain't supposed to have shit. You feel what I'm saying? And in the little that we do have, they trying to take that shit and don't want to see us with it. So, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem. That's the problem. They think they own everything. They acting uppity on stolen land. So, to me, I just feel like they think they can take advantage of one black person when they in that community because they know it's not a lot of black people amongst them. Listen. My friends and my son have been all the time because I tell them I want to move into a different house, but I don't want to go too far away from black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the only black person living on the street. I don't blame you there. Nobody say I don't want to be that only person on the street.
Well, actually, CC, she really what she's saying is really true. What people don't know is we are indigenous. These people have stolen our land, and then they're killing us on our own land.
Exactly. I don't even want to get into that because I'm breaking down for you.
Honey, when I tell y'all, this ain't the only. I'm not gonna only be doing murder cases, y'all. This is another thing I'm gonna be doing a couple of lives here throughout the week. Because when I tell y'all, We got some shit for your ass. We got some shit for your ass.
Man, I'm real quick, before we close it up, real quick, I just need everybody to drop one to Lady Mia real quick. Cash App, you know what I mean, real quick, you know, Cash App, $, you know, NEIA, number 42, real quick, because she put her hard time, spent tears, craziness going on, dealing with the cat, the baby, and everything else, y'all. But she took the time out to get this information, to deliver it. I mean, you know, anything helps. I mean, we can just go into the sister because, you know what I mean? She put in that time to give us this information. The only thing we can do is just bless the queen back. That's all I'm saying.
And believe it or not, everything that y'all blessed me with, believe it or not, is going towards this case.
Right. Yeah, most definitely.
It's going towards this case.
We're not going to act like LexisNexis subscriptions and stuff to get this information. The sheet is not some course to do this research to find this information.
Because I have to pay. I have to pay to get the information, which I don't mind doing.
Oh, yeah, you got to pay for the court documents.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to get my hands on now. So if you guys don't mind, if you don't mind contributing, it's a donation. This donation is going towards.
Wait, your Cash App thing is always up here?
No, not always.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because let me say this to you. Not trying to be funny. That Cash App shit is weird to me. I don't even got that shit because that shit is crazy to me. I don't understand how you can send people money on a fucking phone and they really can get it. Like that shit.
Well, I actually get my daughter. That only reason why I do it, I use it is because my kids. I ain't got time to be going.
No, don't get me wrong. I don't know nobody that got it. I'm just talking about me personally.
Right.
And if I do Cash App stuff, I kind of use my old lady. I ain't even trying to be funny. That's why I asked you, is your Cash App always up?
Oh, no, it's not always up. I only put it up every once in a while.
No, I was going to say, I go through her because when I do use Cash App, I go through my lady. That shit is weird. Well, that made it into like an internet bank thing now. So, like, you can do more with it. Yeah, that shit is just weird, man. Yeah. It's like Zelle, you have like chase and shit, like right. I just feel like in order for a person to get your money out your pocket, they have to get up on you. The electronical shit make it easier. You know what I'm saying? It's hackers everywhere, man. You can't stop. Well, I mean, it's like direct deposit with any other bank, though. Like when you get paid from your job. Yeah. This is just. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. I'm just a cash person. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, feel the money. No, I feel.
But like I said, if you guys, I'm not saying you have to. It's just a small donation. Again, I'm trying to open up a nonprofit organization for the slain people that has lost their lives and not gotten any media coverage. This, I'm doing this out the kindness of my heart because this is what my heart is telling me to do. So again, guys, and trust me, I will be probably coming to you guys with a different case every week because it does take time to do the research.
I'm about to start following you so I can
follow me on YouTube as well.
Oh, okay, you got YouTube there. Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, she be having that shit like down to I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. Talking about shit like this, man. I feel like that's the only way we're gonna overcome this shit.
You gonna get back in bed with mommy? Or you gonna stay here with me? I guess he made his choice. But yeah, I just felt, and right now I'm just bringing it to the light. We haven't really gotten down into the nitty gritty of this case because there's way more to it. Way, way more to it. And we're going to find it. I promise you that. Does anybody have any more questions? Or have something they would like to say? CJ, you going to say hi? You say hi. Say hi. Real one for life, blunt force trauma is when they've been hit in the head or, hidden with an object. I know, right? Huh?
You finna close this one down?
I mean, we can. If you guys want to. I mean, we can keep it open.
I was just asking. I was going to ask next if you was going to open up another one. I'm up for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
If you do make it, I was just asking. He said, what, Missy? If you do make it locked.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be locked.
Oh, yeah. So we don't have no weirdos.
Got to keep the weirdos out, y'all. I get them over here on Clubhouse,
shit
too.
else to do.
They just mad because I'm talking about their people right now.
I ain't letting nobody call me a nigga for free again.
The next time a person call me that, they're going to have to pay me.
I was waiting on it too, and then it was that one video. I seen it when they all popped up like that on that weird shit.
Exactly, Real One for Life and her friend. They sued the friend for defamation of character, and they lost. Now, though, none of them have a job. None of them, including the husbands either. They all got fired. They can kiss them condos and shit goodbye unless they got money saved up. And they're going to probably need them for legal fees messing with me. So they might want to get that together. Okay. Go get her. But yeah, guys, this is just, again, we just dibbling and dabbling. Oh yeah, Real One for Life. She switched the story a couple of times. That's the thing. That's the part that ain't nobody paying attention to. These people lied. The husbands and boyfriends, whatever you want to call them, they were in on it. Nobody did a rape kit, and we know she was raped. We ain't gonna talk about the lady that sat out on the balcony and smoked the blunt with her. But they covering all that they covering up. But we're definitely gonna get more in depth. And I'm probably gonna do some more research tonight and come back tomorrow with a part 2. Because I'm pretty sure there's enough info for a part 2. And we're also gonna look into the Talia Lowe's case. I'm trying to find as much info as I can. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Baby. Yeah, he was CC in the probation department. But they all linked to somebody in that office. That's how they all getting away with murder. But tomorrow we will be coming back with a part 2. We definitely will be coming back part 2. We're going to break it down further into depth. Yes, Juan, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get his name and stuff so I can, because I would love to get his version. And, to see how the family is doing, and coping with all of this. Because that's another thing we need to think about. Women ain't the only one to go, he's a widow now. It's been 4 years and this man still hasn't gotten any answers. The kids are getting older. They're going to want to know. They're going to ask questions. And he can't even provide them with the answers. It makes no sense. I'm trying my best to find him. That's going to be my mission this week, is to try to see how I can contact him or find him. Because this is ridiculous. It really is. For the fact that this man sent messages to this man talking about they kids gonna go ape shit. Juan Leander, is that his first name? Thank you so much for that. Come on, y'all, hit that like button. Drop some hearts for Tamla Horsford. I'm going to try my best to try to get an interview with this man. That I'm definitely working on. Again, like I said, another thing I'm going to do. I'm getting ready to find every person that's been slain, killed, and hasn't been identified or their case. Exactly, Real One for Life. Similar to it. And you have a good night, hon. We're going to drop them chat. We're going to drop them hearts for Tamla. We gonna bring her case back to the light. We gonna get justice for this young lady and her sons and her husband. I'm gonna try my best to get an interview with him, and we're gonna make this go global. I promise y'all that. So, with that being said, guys, it's time for me to get off here. You guys have a nice night. Again, if you guys want, the Cash App is open. Again, everything that goes to me is going into a foundation. We're getting ready to start a foundation for these people, for these families. Christmas is coming up. These families need help. So until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a part 2 to the Tamla Horsford story. We're going to unpack. We're really going to unpack. We're definitely going to unpack the rest of this. And we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. But until then, you guys have a nice night. As always, be yourself. Never let nobody tell you what you can or can't be or do in life. And always remember to be yourself. With that being said, peace. All right, Miss D, you have a good night too. Say good night night. Say night night. Say night night. Want to blow on kisses? Look, let's blow on kisses. Say, good night, guys.